I hope you're doing well. I thought I'd hop on here and make a video. I made a video earlier today for my health and beauty channel about my new Jeffree Star makeup palette. And you know, the magical parts, the magical correspondences, I think he really wants to appeal to the magical community. So I am going to make a video about glamoury and the practice of makeup, the purpose of magic. What? The purpose of makeup and magical practice. I'm really tired. I'm dealing with a lot of crap right now. There is a silver lining, of course. I've had a few good things happen that I just decided I needed in my life. I got tired of walking, taking the bus, standing out in the cold, and almost getting hit by cars. So my focus on having a Toyota came about. Tuesday night, I got online once again to look for a Toyota, and I found a Toyota Camry at the dealer I had been to several times before. And the next day, I went and I bought it. So with the waxing moon in Leo today, I just wanted to get out and go everywhere in my car, but I didn't like the traffic. I have been having issues with my neighbors, okay? We're supposed to have a quiet time after 10 p.m. I'm constantly being awakened by loud talking and laughing. Or I should say, this has happened now like 3 or 4 times. The person supposedly had been, given a notice, like an infraction about the party they had that I had to call the police about. But she doesn't care, and she lies about everything else, stomping around the apartment, literally jumping off the step, jumping down the step. All the apartments have like sunken living rooms. The building was built in the 70s. There are no buildings in town that don't cost a fortune if they have soundproof walls. Management is talking out of both sides of their mouth. Quiet time is quiet time. Don't tell me after 10 p.m. is quiet time, but you can't tell people not to laugh or not to talk at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm pissed, okay? I'm pissed. I'm very exhausted. And I could barely talk. When you talk backwards, like you try to say purple blouse and you say blouse purple. And, she looked at me like, what? And I said, I'm freaking exhausted from all of this. Not only was my downstairs neighbor stomping around at 2 a.m., the guy next door, who had a big fight the first night he moved in last week, had, somebody else in there he was talking to at 2 a.m. in the morning. So I called the police. I don't see very much support for me right now. For whatever reason, I don't know. The only noise I may have ever made at night after 10 p.m. might have been my TV. When she said TV, she looked at me and I thought, well, what does that mean? Nobody's ever knocked on my door or said anything to me. When they were having their loud party, I knocked on their door. They don't want to acknowledge the neighbor, open the door, and listen to what I have to say. So I call the cops. If they knock on my door, I'll answer it. If they ask me to turn down my TV, I could turn it down. People don't want to be called on their bad behavior, and they lie like a rug. So, I drove to the Dollar Tree. I went there last week, and I got a ride from my neighbor, and I bought a bunch of groceries. But I went to Michael's, and they had a box full of candles, and I didn't want to spend, $8 or more plus tax. Went to the Dollar Tree and found one black candle, which I never find, but there it was. Now, if you're not familiar with powders, I learned how to make powders. I've been on this path for over 15 years now. And I have just studied and studied and studied and studied, and I've done a lot of things, and I've written them down. I've made magical powders, I've charged them at my altar, I have used them in spell work, and I have made talismans. So if I have deleted those videos, then I'm making another video for you here today. It is Saturday, and what you would need to do when people are not playing fair, and they're not playing by the rules, and they, all they care about is getting their monthly rent, you need to pull out the big guns. And you should probably burn a black candle every Saturday anyway. This is justice powder. It's incredibly powerful. You need to use it sparingly. I got the formula out of To Light a Sacred Flame by Silver Raven Wolf. I believe it is a practice you should include in your studies. So what I'm going to do in the hour of Saturn tonight, my time, 10 o'clock, is light this black candle, and I'll be sprinkling this justice powder. I'm also going to mix it a little bit with protection powder. I got these jars at a garage sale. They used to have powder in them. They were 10 cents. Make up my powders, put them in these jars. Where the heck is the label? I am so tired, you guys. I'm so mad. I am so mad. Protective wall, and I'm taking my energy to my altar, basically. Now I've got my cosmic web symbol here, so I connect to the all. You can put it at the base there. You're going to sprinkle your powders a little on top of the candle. And I have done this really just with chili powder. Chili powder is absolutely amazing. If that's all you've got, sprinkle that chili powder at the base of that black candle. Now, it also takes a certain amount of emotional maturity, magical maturity, life experience to know that the law is not always just. Corporations do not always follow their own rules. When tenants are asked to go to the office and they never show up, when they outright lie about not being here when they were here, making all that noise, it's a bunch of BS if you ask me. Asking, did you do this? Well, he said, she said. It's just, I'm so mad I can't talk, okay? I'm so mad I can't talk. I have got to release this energy and turn it over to the intelligences of Saturn and whatever other archetypes you like, Hecate, for justice. And also take your finger and make a circle around your head, create a circle of protection for yourself before you do this working, and ask for your voice to be heard. Ask for, and these are things that I said to the management, ask for you to be believed, ask for you to be defended, ask for much more understanding regarding the words that are put in the lease about quiet. Quiet is quiet. It's not talking. It's not laughing. And whatever else it is I need to do, because I knew that this was not going to be the best situation. However, when people continue to behave badly, even after they have been reprimanded by management, you got yourself a very stubborn case. And so for that reason, I'll be lighting the candle. Now, when I decided to pull out all of these things here to put on my little coffee table here at the end of my bed, because I'm in an efficiency apartment now. See, there's my TV, and Diamond got up from her kittens and came rubbing around my legs. Now, my spirits will generally know that they have heard me and respond to me within, I guess, a couple of days by manipulating the electronics in my house. Other times, being that it is a waxing moon, this may not culminate until the waning moon. which could be a week or two. But Saturday's the day, the hour of Saturn, and if you can make talismans. I believe I've talked about talismans before. Hold on, let me pull one out. Okay, okay, this is another study that you need to learn and do for a little while and use. I have done it and I have used them, and I mean, I've had remarkable results. I've got them in a purple pencil box. Lest you forget, purple is my color. See, there's the purple palette. Whoa. On display. All right, so I keep my talismans and baby socks. I was very, very careful about my study. I would create them on paper first, and then I would take the little wooden keychain things from Hobby Lobby, paint them, and then put the symbols on them. I got this information from Silver Raven's book on angels and her chapters on talismans. After I had made several talismans and left them on my altar to be charged, began experiencing things, I made what she called a hybrid talisman. This is probably the most powerful talisman that I have now. I've had some absolutely remarkable things happen. I think I talked about it before. It's not easy to understand, but I believe the archangel Raphael, or the intelligences of the sun, helped me the following day. I had a horrible headache and felt like, I wanted to shoot myself in the head, which I couldn't figure out. And a friend of mine called me and said, there's a spirit outside my apartment, living room window, and he has shot himself in the head. Suicide. He's bothering me. He's asking me to help him. And I said, well, I can't help you right now. I have the world's worst headache. So I put this at the bottom, sprinkled chili powder, laid down, meditated for a couple of hours. I couldn't even eat. And so I told her I'll come over the next day. So I went over there Sunday, and sure enough, around noon, I heard a gunshot. It was playing back. It was a recording in the air playing back. This man that had taken his life. And we heard it, and I said, get down. And she said, nobody else will hear it. And I said, call the police. And she said, nobody else heard it, Sabrina. It was this man. So anyway, whatever happened was one of my spirit helpers, obviously, connected to where I was after meditating, and being over at my friend's house, and came, and when the recording played at that time of when he had shot himself, they crossed him over. I'm convinced of it. We don't do these things on our own. She said she'd never heard him. She never heard that again. She never felt or heard him asking her for help anymore. Okay, so now that's a part of who I am because I'm a medium. It's not easy, and I can't explain it. It's not easy to understand or explain, but that is what happened to me. I don't really want something like that to happen to me again, but I had been working with symbols, and making talismans. And so you're accessing other parts of your brain and other dimensions. And this one was just connecting with all of the energies and intelligences related to Saturn. So now I do want to cross over whatever stuff is going on here. When you are magical or psychic, you will be led to places that need to be cleared of negativity. That's just the way it is. But you have spirit helpers. So create a magical powder, or sprinkle some chili, or create a Saturn a talisman for Saturn or create a hybrid, and call on them to help you remove these situations out of your life. I mean, this is almost like dealing with the demons in the haunted apartment. Except that was worse. That was horrible, absolutely horrible. I had to move. I'm not in a position to move right now. When I was going to school, college for a second time, I met someone who told me they had burned a black candle and got rid of a menacing neighbor who was basically harassing them because they were homosexual. And after burning the candle, they moved out. That's a unique situation. My neighbor right now is downstairs stomping. And I don't know how this is all going to play out, you guys, but this is one of the most powerful things you can do. Light a black candle, put some chili powder, or make some... Oh my God, what is that? I can't record it. It's like an earthquake. She claims she doesn't do it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It is eight. What is it? 8:55 my time. And I need to wait until 10 o'clock, which would be the hour of Saturn. Then, I think around midnight tonight, we have our time change where we have to go back an hour, go forward an hour, and we lose an hour's sleep. Okay, so that is that. I hope that wasn't too much information. If you want me to try to demonstrate sometime how to create a magical powder, I will make a little video on that. I've been working 5 days a week. I have to. So, yeah, you know, sometimes I put up with as much as I possibly can. I don't like to do something like this. Make a circle, you know, take your finger, draw a circle around you for protection, and ask for these unruly people to be removed. All right, that's it. Take care.